Yeah, it's actually cool. So you can literally see all this stuff. So it'd be helpful. Shooting around 35% from three. They both average the same amount of turnovers each game. And what it looks like.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to a very special presentation of NBA basketball. I'm Andrew Jeanette, joined here by Owen Wayman. How you doing today, Owen?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to see this game. It's going to be a high-flying matchup for sure. We have two very dominant teams. So
The top two picks of the 2019 draft going head-to-head here. Zion Williamson obviously being the number one pick. Many think it should have been Ja Morant, though, to this point in his career.
He had a great Thanksgiving dinner, so I think he'll be all set for tonight's game.
Hopefully that's fuel for Zion, and we get to see a close game between the Pelicans and Grizzlies. Just in, CJ McCollum will not be playing tonight because of health and safety protocols. That's a big loss for the Pelicans, as he's part of their big three with scoring. EJ Little and Kyra Lewis already out for the season, and Trey Murphy is questionable with a foot injury. For Memphis, Steven Adams, John Conchar, and Almada are all day-to-day. Desmond Bain, Danny Green, and Zaire Williams are all out indefinitely, waiting for timelines on them. So, over-under, 227. You think we get combined points?
I don't think so. That might be a hot take, but I'm going to go with the under.
I'm taking the over on this game. These are two explosive offenses, teams that aren't so much known for their defenses. My biggest question, and what I will be looking for this game, is how will the Grizzlies deal with Zion? Will it be one of the Defensive Player of the Year runner-ups last year, Jaren Jackson Jr. on him? Will it be, I don't know what they're going to do. Will it be Brandon Clark, someone who matches him a little more in size? I'll be curious to see how the Grizzlies deal with Zion, and I'll be also curious to see how New Orleans deals with Ja Morant.
I mean, it's going to be a close game no matter what. I don't think there's going to be a giant lead on either side the entire game.
Should be a fun game. I'll get you some quick score updates from around the league. Currently, the 76ers and Magic are tied going into halftime. Leading the way for the 76ers is Tobias Harris. No Joel Embiid. No James Harden. For the Magic, it's Bol getting it done with 15 points. Everyone wants to see the fan favorite succeed, and he's been putting it together in Orlando this season. Currently in the Madison Square Garden, the Knicks are up by 1 against the Trailblazers. It's a little early for score leaders, but Nurkic and Simons lead the way with 5 for the Trailblazers, and Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson lead the way with 5 for the Knicks. And completed game from earlier today, the Hornets took a narrow victory over the Timberwolves, 110-108. Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns both having over 20 points. And Kelly Oubre leading the way for the Hornets. A little bit of an unexpected name there. But it's going to take someone to step up while LaMelo Ball is out. Theo nailed on with 14 points off the bench. So, it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a fun one to watch today. Jonas Valanciunas going against his former team, the Grizzlies. Shipped over in the Steve Adams trade. So let's talk about some surprises this NBA season. So far, the biggest surprise to, I think, nearly everybody has been the Utah Jazz.
That's true.
You would think after trading away their star players, Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert, a lot of people expected them to be leading the tank for Victor Wembanyama, and they're the best team in the West right now, led by Lauri Markkanen, of all people.
Kind of a no-name last year, but, I mean, he definitely already has some All-Star voting, and it's just the start of the season, anyways. But he's one of the big names now, so kind of surprising. But
He will be somebody to watch on the All-Star ballot for sure.
he's for sure a fan favorite.
Yes, everyone's loving the Utah Jazz this season. We'll get you some previews on some games that are happening in a little bit. Also, for any of you out there who watched the World Cup, U.S. tying England today. Impressive. Speaks for something. All right, some other games that'll be going on later. The 8-10 Bulls will be taking on the 7-11 Thunder, and a lot of people would jump to say the Bulls are going to win this game, but the Thunder have been pesky this year. They haven't backed down. Who are you taking in that game?
I'm going with the Thunder.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is turning in an unreal start to the season.
He's got them MVP candidate potentially, so.
The Thunder would win more games, he would for sure be up there. The Cavaliers and the Bucks play later today, both teams with 12 wins. I'm taking the Cavaliers in that one. I don't know if Drew Holiday is at his full. He's not at his full health right now, and that might be a problem considering Cleveland's dynamic backcourt duo of Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell. I don't know how they're going to go about stopping that. So I'm taking Cleveland. Do you?
I agree with that. Yep.
Hawks and Rockets, the 3-14 Rockets, they are looking for a way right now to win games.
Well, a ton of young talent on that team. It'll just take some time, to be honest.
I'm taking the Hawks.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
What's up, Dante? You're here? All right. Who do you think's winning this game? Grizzlies, Pelicans. And we also have the Kings and the Celtics. The Sacramento Kings have been one of the most impressive teams lately. 10-7, including a very encouraging 20-plus point victory over the New York Nets, dropping over 150. That's impressive. But the Celtics defense will surely not allow that to happen. I'm taking the Celtics in a close one.
I agree with that. And speaking of the Nets, 9-10 to start off the season.
Now, they have rebounded a little bit. Like, the Brooklyn Nets are so perplexing. And it's for the sole fact that they're surrounded by drama.
That's true.
First, Kyrie Irving comes out promoting an anti-Semitic film. So that causes a whole lot of drama. He gets suspended. KD is basically playing with a bunch of role players, and he's not happy about it. He's taking off. I think he said something, quote, not to call any of these guys out, but look at the starting lineup, and you'll wonder why we aren't winning games. So there's definitely some drama there. And they fired their head coach, Steve Nash. Like, they're in a tough spot. Sean Marks, that super team, not ideal.
And by losing Harden, they lost part of that role player, but they still have the talent to be successful.
Yeah, and then
I don't think there should be excuses for being the 9-10. Obviously,
I think they'll start to turn it around a little bit. I think they will be at least a play-in team.
I would hope so. And with the greatest player of all time, Ben Simmons, on their team,
love Ben Simmons.
He will for sure take a big role now.
So who are you taking in that game? The Nets or the 10-7 Pacers?
I'm taking the Pacers.
The Pacers have gotten off to a roaring start under their Rookie of the Year favorite, Benedict Mathurin. Mm-hmm. I thought he was a low floor or low ceiling, high floor type player, but he's proving me wrong. He looks amazing.
I mean,
and then Tyrese Halliburton averaging a double-double. Like, he is easily a candidate for most improved. 20-10. So I'm taking the Pacers in that one. Now we got the Lakers and the Spurs. Oh, the Lakers. If there's a team that hasn't been laughed at as much as the Nets, has been laughed at more than the Nets, it is the Los Angeles Lakers. Oh, boy. They're starting to find their stride, though, with Anthony Davis playing like prime Anthony Davis. If he can stay on the court, I think the Lakers will be fine.
I'm going to take the Lakers for this one, especially because the Spurs in their last 10 games have only won a single game, which is surprising. But
Coach Pop will always find a way to keep his team competitive.
That is true. As soon as they find their ground. But I'm still going to take the Lakers for this one. But still fairly close teams right there. So.
Hello, Gary. How are you doing on this beautiful night? Starting lineups tonight: Jose Alvarado, Brandon Ingram, Herbert Jones, Zion Williamson, and Jonas Valanciunas for the Pelicans. for the Grizzlies, John Morant, John Conchar, Dylan Brooks, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Steven Adams will play tonight. So these are two teams with size.
That's true.
Aside from the point guards, I don't think anyone's under 6'5" on either of those starting lineups. Those are two very tall teams.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tall task to stop those offenses. We have a few more games to get you predictions for it. In about 5 minutes, we got tip-off. The Wizards and the Heat. The Wizards are 10-8 right now, and the Heat are 8-11. I mean, there's no reason to overreact to the start of an NBA season, but that's definitely a little bit shocking. I'm going to take the Heat in this one. I think they're too well coached.
I agree with that. Yep. We're going to take them as well.
And then the Pistons, the 5-15 Detroit Pistons, them and the Houston Rockets are in the tank for Victor Wembanyama right now. And they're playing the 11-6 Suns. I don't see a way the Pistons win that game.
Yeah, also with Cade Cunningham being out as well. Just that big piece of their offense.
2 more games before we get tip-off, which is coming up in a minute or two. The Jazz and Warriors. I'm taking the Jazz.
I'm taking them as well.
Upset City. And here we go with tip-off. And Adams is going to win it. Conchar is going to control for Memphis. Morant to bring the ball up the court, guarded by Grand Theft Alvarado. Kick out Jackson. Adams over to Brooks. He's guarded by Herbert Jones, so he's not going to get a ton of space to shoot tonight. I'm going to go screen by Adams. Morant rolls. Morant attacks the rack, misses the layup. It was wide open for John Morant. And Jose Alvarado is going to get a wide open 3 and no good to start the game. Out of bounds. Grizzlies ball. So already we see 2 shot attempts in the first 30 seconds. Dylan Brooks to bring the ball up for Memphis. He's going to give it to Morant. Herbert Jones switches on to Morant. Steven Adams gets his way into the lane. Teardrop layup good off the glass. Steven Adams gets the scoring started tonight. He's averaging a mere 7 points this season. Alvarado, he's going to kick over to Zion. Zion's being guarded by Dylan Brooks, not the defender I thought Memphis was going to put on him. Herbert Jones wide open from downtown off the mark. Jackson controls the rebound for Memphis. Conchar to push pace. Gets it out Dylan Brooks. He's going to get it to Adams in the post. Adams working around. And he's going to go to his shot.
Good move.
Valanciunas looking a little slow on defense here early. Let's see if Memphis continues to attack. Valanciunas working at the top of the key. He's going to get it to Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram is one of my favorite players in the entire NBA. His skill set is so unique. Valanciunas pump fake on the mid-range jumper. They're going to call travel. Valanciunas needs to settle in a little bit. He's not looking too settled right now. After letting up 2 easy layups to Steven Adams and then that travel call.
Yes.
Nice little up and under.
Some nice post work right there.
And Memphis gets another shot. It was a 3-pointer by Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks averaging almost 17 points on the campaign. Ingram looking to attack.
Good pass.
What a find. Herbert Jones cutting in. What a play by Brandon Ingram, drawing a double team and finding the open man. Herbert Jones. Way to make a play. Ingram guarding Morant tightly. Morant's going to get the move. Layup. Good. John Morant is so special at finding that hole in the defense and attacking the rack. Ingram, kick over Jones to Zion in the corner. Guarded by Jaren Jackson Jr. Drives in. It's going to be a reach on Jaren Jackson. Pelicans ball. 9-2. Memphis has the lead.
Ooh.
And this is another look at the Dylan Brooks 3-pointer. Left wide open. Then Morant finds space on Valanciunas. Gets the nice finish. Ingram passes it in. Valanciunas. Oh, back to Ingram. He's got a lane. He's going to kick it. Herbert Jones attacks.
Oh,
no good on the layup. Looks like he wants a foul. He's not going to get it. Brooks, pull up. 3-pointer. Short. Jones, he's going to let Zion bring it up. Working on Dylan Brooks, one of the better perimeter defenders. He's got Alvarado in the corner. Alvarado drives in and foul on Morant. John Morant's going to pick up his first foul.
He definitely leaned in for that, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Don't they all, though?
That's that goal to draw that foul.
Yep, Alvarado got some space. Saw Jaren Jackson coming in to stuff his shot, and he He didn't want any of that. And timeout. Timeout for Memphis, I believe. So, both teams, quick starts. They like to run the breaks. That's what it looks like right now.
A couple missed shots from Herbert Jones to start off. Actually, the 2 shots he took both hit off the front rim, so it's a little bit unfortunate.
And he had that
there,
nice cutting layup on that beautiful pass by Brandon Ingram to get the Pelicans only points. So it looks like he's going to be taking some shots tonight. He's not known to be an offensive player, so we'll be interested to see if he can step up or if they choose to have the shots fall this way. The one game we forgot to predict, or didn't forget, tip-off started before we could get to it. Nuggets and Clippers. Both teams have 11 wins. I'm going to go with Denver. I don't know if there's a player on the Clippers that can stop Nikola Jokic. KD's burner. Nice to see you here. I'm going to go with the Nuggets.
Yeah.
Wait, is that you, Jason? Are you KD's burner? Oh, it's Alex. Okay. All right. I was confused for a minute. I thought it was Jason.
Yeah, then the Nuggets do not have that many impactful injuries. Honestly, only losing Jeff Green and Bones, but that's about it.
And then no Kawhi, obviously.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take the Nuggets in a close one.
I would think so, too. Yep.
The Clippers do come to play every single game, though. And at halftime, Orlando has a 4-point lead over the Sixers. Bull still leads the way with 15 points. That boy good. Starting to show a little bit what people saw with him. 7'2" project. And commercials wrapping up in a minute. So far, it's been Herbert Jones taking the shots for New Orleans. Jose Alvarado picked up a foul on Ja Morant. They were reviewing it. And we will await the call. Awaiting the call. Looks like the foul will stand. And yes, it will stand. Alvarado to shoot 2, as they confirm it was a shooting foul against Morant. So Alvarado going to the free throw line. He's not known for his shooting. He's known for his sneaky steals. 75% from the free throw line, so he's not the greatest from there, from the charity stripe. Certainly, he's got to be better than Giannis was from the game that we covered last week here on Valid Highlights. Oh, boy. So Alvarado makes his first. And the second one, good. And now Morant to bring the ball up. It's a little screen before half court from Adams.
He leads the league in offensive rebounds.
Interesting little stat about Steven Adams. Morant driving around Valanciunas. He's got the mismatch right now. It looks like Morant's going to try and take it. Double teamed by Herbert Jones. Wide open 3 for Dillon Brooks is good. Dillon Brooks from downtown. That's his second 3-pointer of the night. He's up to 6 points. And that's what happens when you have Ja Morant taking up those lanes. Jones slides down. Ja just finds the open guy. Zion drives in, kicks out. Wide open Herbert Jones from the corner. It's good. Herbert Jones cashes in on his 3-pointer. John Conchar kick over to Steve Adams. They get it back to Conchar. Takes a 3. It's good. 3s are raining down. That's 3 in a row from downtown. It's all right. We got you with some of the best coverage here. So you don't need to watch the game live to understand what's going on. Steven Adams gets inside on Alvarado. Can't get it to go. And Alvarado's going to strip it. That's what he's known for. And he's going to run on the fast break. He's going to dribble out. Kicks to Brandon Ingram. Ingram's got the mismatch with Conchar, not known exactly to be a plus defender. He's going to draw the double team to Jackson. Finds Herbert Jones inside. Kick out. Valanciunas. Three-pointer off. And Morant's going to control the board and bring it up. 15-7 Memphis on top. Morant goes around the screen. And he's going to get a little match in the paint. He's going to come back out to the three-point line. Ja from downtown, no good. And they're going to call Steven Adams or Alvarado. Both got tangled up. So far we've seen a lot of three-point shooting from these teams. Dylan Brooks with 2. Herbert Jones with 5 points. And it was a foul on Alvarado. So Morant will control it. Kicks to Brooks. Beautiful pass to Steven Adams inside, who gets the dunk. Now bringing the ball up. Alvarado goes around Valanciunas' screen. Kicks over. Jones thought about the three. Now Ingram takes it from the corner. He thinks he was fouled. And the shot's no good. Alvarado knocks it away from Dylan Brooks. That is what he is so good at. That's his second steal of the game. Zion gets inside. No good. He missed the layup. Now Morant controlling it to bring the ball up. Kicks over to Brooks to the corner. And it's good. David Roddy checking into the game for Memphis. And now Memphis up 20-7. As Roddy comes off the bench and connects on a quick three. So Memphis dominating early here.
That's some great offensive plays to start off.
They're finding their spots from the three-point line. It's been David Roddy with the last one, and it's been Dylan Brooks with some others.
There we go.
Drop some predictions. Dante, who's winning the game? Who's winning? Let us know. So it's been an exciting first quarter. Leading the way for Memphis is Dylan Brooks, I believe, with 6 points. And Steven Adams also with 6, finding some nice little layups.
Yeah, Memphis had 4 threes at the start of the half of the first quarter, compared to the Pelicans 1.
That's obviously a huge deficit, as 3 points are worth more than 2. So Memphis getting on the board quick. They're 67% from the field to New Orleans 25.
Dylan Brooks and Steven Adams both having 6 points.
20-7 run out of the gate. And the Pelicans reserve unit is not bad. They are a good unit. Devontae Graham can go off any given night. Larry Nance, always a solid lob threat. If Trey Murphy's playing tonight, he's a really good shooter. Dyson Daniels, the rookie, is very crafty with finding open people. Najee Marshall's a good defender. Like, they got guys. Hernan Gomez is a great rebounder. But the Grizzlies' second unit is also pretty good. Tyus Jones netting a solid extension. In free agency, he's been good. Jake LaRavia, the rookie. David Roddy, the rookie that you just saw, knock down the three-pointer. And Brandon Clark, one of the most versatile defenders. So, it's going to be good. Lakers out to a 23-15 start on the Spurs. It's been Lonnie Walker getting things done against his old team with 8 points, and Troy Brown with 7 points. So, with LeBron, AD, and Westbrook all healthy, the Lakers turning to some rather unknowns to get the job done. Yes, Jason. Yes. Must have taken what I said out of context. You must have dropped in as soon as I said that. Herbert Jones left open for mid-range. He's not going to take it. Pass to Ingram. Kick out. Jones. He's going to fire the three-pointer.
Ooh,
Off. That was a bad brick.
misses the rim completely. Hits right off the backboard.
Dylan Brooks bringing the ball up. When do the Nuggets play? 10:30. I'm not covering that game. I'm going to be tired by then. John Conchar, pump fake, drive in. He's going to kick out, stolen by Zion. He tried to get it to the corner to Roddy, and now Ingram's pushing it in transition. The layup, no good. Foul called on Brooks. Dylan Brooks, yes.
The Grizzlies are 8-1 in the last 2 minutes.
Dylan Brooks' haircut might be the worst I've seen in a long time from any NBA player. Nothing will beat that Alfred Payton cut.
That's facts.
You know what I'm talking about. Look it up if you don't. It's bad. Ingram will connect on his first free throw. Larry Nance checking into the game for the Pelicans. Jimmy Butler. Okay. Thank you, Jason. Ingram taking his time on the second one. Connects. 20-9, Grizzlies lead. Brooks to bring the ball up. Nance checked into the game for Herbert Jones. And Trey Murphy is in the game for Jonas Valanciunas. And Roddy tries to find a spot in the paint. No good. Adams tips. Zion controls. Jimmy Butler for worst haircuts. No, not even close.
Good steal.
And they're going to call foul. It's a block on Roddy. Jimmy Butler's haircut wasn't bad. It just wasn't good. Zion, yeah, he looks like blocking foul on Roddy. Zion didn't even have the ball when that was called. I'm a little confused by that myself. Thank you, Jason. Enjoy yourself. Take care. Larry Nance driving in. He's got a nice little mid-range or paint floater.
Man.
Not even close. Conchar to Morant. Morant drives in. Morant got the finish and won. Trey Murphy called for the foul. He's been dealing with a foot injury, so maybe not feeling his fastest there as seemed kind of flat-footed.
If they keep this up, it'll for sure be a blowout. I think my prediction of the game being close at this point. They keep this up.
Yeah. Morant, his free throw, no good. Adams control. He is the league leader in offensive rebounds. Shows why as he gets the putback. 24-9. Man, this game is not going as expected. Murphy thought about pulling it from deep. Ingram driving in on Conchar. Corner. Larry Nance. Off. Pelicans just can't find their shot from three. Now Morant kicks open, wide open. Tyus Jones connects. Oh, boy. What is going on with the Pelicans? 27-9. You see the difference now. 4 for 6 for Memphis as Ingram's going to miss a mid-range. Rebound, Trey Murphy. He's going to go back up, and he's going to get it. 27-11. Yeah, 1 for 7 from 3 for the Pelicans. Not ideal, obviously. Morant kicks over. Conchar. Back to Morant. Screened by Adams. Roddy's going to try the three-pointer off the iron. And rebounded out to Morant. And Steve Adams is going to get it. Kick over. That's Conchar. He moves around a lot. He's kind of tough. Morant from way downtown. No good. Alvarado. Oh, he's going to throw the full court pass to Trey Murphy, who throws it down. Just the play the Pelicans needed to get back in this game. Jose Alvarado chucking it full court to Trey Murphy, who's looked a lot better this year than he did in his rookie season. Known as a three-point shooter, has got 2 nice shots from around the rim tonight to fall. Morant drives in, connects on the layup over Larry Nance. Zion. He's got David Roddy on him. Let's see if he tries to abuse the rookie. Murphy from way downtown. No good. Roddy controls the rebound. Over Morant. Morant thought about the 3. No good. Gets behind Trey Murphy. Murphy's looking a little slow on Morant, but then again, who doesn't? Alvarado. Kick inside to Zion. Oh, what a pass. Jose Alvarado finds Zion Williamson as it's now 31-15. Zion averaging 23 points on the season. Morant tries to float it up. Knocked away by Murphy. And they're going to get a foul on Larry Nance for hitting Morant in the face. That's what it looks like. Morant looks for his spots frequently, and you're going to get hacked if you do that. But he's made a few nice finishes passing Trey Murphy. All good, Dante. Take care. Take your time. Brandon Clark checking into the game for Memphis, the versatile big. Morant throws it inside to Clark, and it's off of his hands. Devontae Graham to get it for the Pelicans. Graham thought about pulling the three, gets it to Ingram, who also thought about it. Oh, Larry Nance throws it down over David Roddy. Hum diddly dee. Larry Nance.
Oh, waited for that pass.
And then the zone defense gets split by Brandon Clark. Larry Nance throwing down the hammer on David Roddy is the highlight of this half so far. Even though not equating to... Oh, Ingram just throws it towards the sidelines. He thought he had a guy there. There was nobody there. Yeah, Clark just split the little soft zone that the Pelicans had, and that's all they needed. Conchar checking out. In comes Jake LaRavia, rookie from, I want to say Wake Forest, but that's probably not right. Purdue, maybe?
Another three.
And Brooks connects again. Dylan Brooks has been hot from three. 3 for 4. 9 points. Ingram bringing the ball up for the Pelicans. Kick over to Murphy, who gives it back to Ingram. He finds Murphy. He looked inside for a minute, couldn't get it. Ingram, he's got Dylan Brooks on him. Trying to find a little mid-range shot. Tries to lean in it for a foul. Can't get the call. Now Brooks to push it in transition for Memphis. And no good. Clark on the rebound. Oh, it's a foul. Foul on Murphy. He hasn't looked great on the defensive end right yet. He's yet to really settle in. Dylan Brooks, however.
Yeah, not the greatest performance from Brandon Ingram tonight. He's missed all of his shots so far, except for his 2 free throws. Has played the most minutes out of all of the people on the court for the Pelicans.
Jaren Jackson Jr. coming into the game for David Roddy. Roddy had a nice little outing, picking up a 3-pointer.
Yeah, we've seen what Brandon Ingram can do as soon as he gets one of those shots falling. He can kind of get in that zone.
That pull-up mid-range shot is deadly. Reminds me of KD with the long wingspan and the pull-up shot. Graham bringing the ball up, guarded tightly by Tyus Jones. Kick over to Murphy. Murphy fakes the pass. Now he gets it back to Ingram. He kicks to the corner. That's Murphy's hot spot, and he got it.
That's Brandon Ingram's 3rd assist of the game.
Brandon Ingram getting it done. You know the attention he attracts on offense. 38-20 now, Grizzlies lead. Jones kicks up. Brooks again from 3. Oh, no good that time. Ingram controls it, kicks to Graham. Graham. Pass over to Ingram. Thought about the 3. Now he drives in. Ingram, kick to the corner to Nance. Now out to Graham. Wide open for 3. Oh, but there was a foul called before the shot. I'm going to call it travel on Ingram. 1, 2. I didn't see any travel. Maybe Jackson got him. Yep, looks like Jackson got him in the shooting motion. So Ingram's headed to the line for 2. First shot, it's good. Been perfect on his free throws so far. As I say that, he's going to miss. Watch. The second shot is up, and it's good. Brandon Ingram now. Is that 4 points for him?
4 points, all from his free throws so far.
Tyus Jones to control the ball and bring it up. 38-22 Memphis in the final minute of the first quarter. Jones, corner. Brooks thought about taking the shot. Jackson, kick out Jones. He's got Jackson. Jackson from downtown. It's good. What a shot from Jaren Jackson pulling up. He is capable of that. You don't see many 7-footers with the rim protection he has, being able to shoot like that. Ingram controlling it, guarded by Clark, the versatile defender. Ingram, guarded by Clark. Now he kicks over. Driving in.
Good
Murphy,
pass.
another corner shot. That's his hot spot. No good. Nance kicks
Offensive
inside.
rebound.
Wide open.
my
Murphy tries to
goodness.
throw it down on Jackson, but instead gets smacked for a foul. If there's been one knock to Jaren Jackson's game, it's been his fouling. And he gets called for another there. As Murphy tried to put another Grizzly on a poster.
That would have been on ESPN right there.
Yeah. Instead, he gets smacked in the face. And he's going to the line for 2. Both teams in the bonus. Oh, looks like they're going to give him a technical or a flagrant for that.
I don't know about that. That was a technical foul.
Technical foul on Jaren Jackson Jr. They think it was an aggressive play. Interesting call. I don't think that was.
Yeah, I think that's debatable.
He's still arguing about it. Now Murphy standing in for his second shot. Grizzlies have a pretty commanding lead right now, as Murphy's going to knock the second one down. 17-point lead for the Grizzlies, as Murphy's shooting his third free throw. Graham checks out of the game for Herb Jones. Jones has gotten his shots up early today. And Murphy's shot will fall. His third free throw is good. 41-25. 16-point Memphis lead. Trey Murphy is a very accurate shooter. You don't want to let him get hot. Don't let him get space. Jones dribbling around the top. Kicks over to Ja Morant. Screened by Jones. Now Morant pulls up from downtown. It's good. Ja Morant from downtown. That's not his craft, but he does it there. Najee Marshall controls, kicks to Nance. Back to Marshall. Over Herb Jones driving in. And gets the shot up. And no good. 44-25. Memphis pouring it on early. As we're going to take a short break and be back at the end of the first quarter. Highest total for the Grizzlies in the first quarter of this season. They came to play today.
Hitting 8 3-pointers in the first quarter.
I don't think they'll be able to sustain that the rest of the game.
Compared to the Pelicans, 2 out of 10.
We're going to take a short break. We'll be back for the start of the second quarter. We're back for the second half. Jackson kicks over to Clark. 44-27 in a dominating Grizzlies first half. Brooks is dribbling around, finds a spot, gets the layup over Trey Murphy.
And the Grizzlies have a new logo.
Larry Nance over to Zion. Zion driving in on Clark. No.
That is a tough shot.
And that's a foul.
I don't think he was looking for anything more than a foul there. Kind of just throwing his body into the crowd.
And Zion at the free throw line. Ready to take 2 shots. First shot is up. Good. Zion is not known for his shooting, but he can knock them down at the free throw line.
The team as a whole, the Pelicans only hit 8 shots in the first quarter compared to the 8 3-pointers that the Grizzlies had.
That's a wild stat.
Just showing you how much more dominant they were in that first quarter.
Tyus Jones dribbling the ball around. Dylan Brooks is open again. Oh, Dylan Brooks is on fire tonight.
He's feeling himself.
He's got 4 3-pointers, I believe, on the night. 9 for 14. Memphis is. And Zion working on Clark. Drives in.
Penetrates
What
the
a
defense.
finish. Oh, my God.
Pause.
What a finish from Zion as he hustles back. Now, Dylan Brooks pulls up again. No good.
Trying to get that heat check.
And he tried to heat check him. Now Najee Marshall kicks over. Trey Murphy drives in. Oh, you almost
my
get
goodness.
a spectacular finish over Jackson. It's not going to go. Tyus Jones now. Kick over. LaRavia from downtown. No. Rebound by Graham. Oh, he's going to lob it. Oh, knocked away by Jaren Jackson. He tried to lob for Trey Murphy. As Clark kicks over. Corner. Tyus Jones. 3-pointer. Oh, this is utter dominance right now by the Grizzlies. 52-31. I don't know if they'll be shooting like this the entire game, but they might have built a big enough cushion. Trey Murphy pump fakes LaRavia. Drives in. Foul called. Jackson gets called for another foul. How many fouls is he at?
Jackson is at, let's see. Three fouls already.
3 fouls for Jaren Jackson. Yeah, Adams is going to check into the game.
At the start of the second quarter already.
Playing like you out there.
Draymond Green stat line.
That's that Pat Bev stat line. Valanciunas checking in for Larry Nance. As the Pelicans need something to start going their way.
Visibly frustrated.
Yeah, as most would be.
Down by 20 at the start of the
Murphy's
second
gotten
quarter.
to the free throw line frequently. He's looked pretty good for the Pelicans tonight on offense. Jones dribbling around with the ball.
Yeah, he's hit 4 out of 5 free throws so far. Taking the
Brooks.
free throws for that technical foul.
Brooks
called on
dribbling
Jaren
around,
Jackson.
trying to get some space on Zion. Step back, no good. Brooks drives in to Adams.
Baby hook. Good
Oh
shot.
my goodness. The Pelicans defense is just not it right now. Graham over to Murphy. Out to Najee Marshall. Kicks up to Graham. Gets it to Valanciunas in the post. Shoots the mid-range jump shot. Oh my goodness. Those are just not shots you want to take when your team is down by 22 points. As Jones pulls
my
up from
gosh.
downtown. Or sorry, that was a mid-range look for Tyus Jones. The Memphis Grizzlies are just shooting the lights out right now. This is utterly embarrassing for the Pelicans. 56-32. Grizzlies lead. Pelicans, what's going on?
Well, obviously, whatever they're doing, it's just sheer dominated. So they just got to keep that up.
They're finding looks from 3-point land.
Yeah, Pelicans still have not hit a 3-pointer since the first half or the first quarter.
Yep.
Shooting 2 for
I'm going
10.
to give you a quick score update from every game around the league. The Philadelphia 76ers without Tyrese Maxey, James Harden, or Joel Embiid are up 82-76 against the Magic. Shake Milton leads the way with 22 points. He's played well in their absence. Finding that little floater shot really nicely.
2K legend right there.
Oh yeah, that man's always in the trade finder for absolutely nobody. Bull, and Banchero both have around 15 points. Same with Franz Wagner for the Magic, so they're looking to get things done. The Trailblazers are up by 1 against the Knicks at halftime. 25 points from Jeremy Grant. He's having himself quite a game for the Pelicans. Wow.
He's been that role player this season for them.
And having to step up now in Dame's absence and pick up some of that scoring load.
I mean, obviously after that embarrassing season last year, Dame is not leaving without a ring, so
that's what he'll tell you.
Surrounding him with role players.
Jalen Brunson with 16 points for the Knicks.
I have a couple friends saying he could be an all-star reserve. So
Brunson?
Yeah, I'm not
I'm
exactly sure why. I think they're just kind of.
I'm still upset at my Mavs for letting him go.
Yeah.
He fit in really well. He's a good player. The Thunder are up 41-36 on the Chicago Bulls. Leading the way in scoring for them is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with 12 points. No one else has over 6. For the Bulls, it's DeMar DeRozan with 8 points. He is a really freaking fantastic basketball player. DeMar DeRozan, true professional.
That's true. Nets and Pacers. The Nets are up by 8 points. Ben Simmons has not missed a shot.
Up by 12.
They just scored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons
has
10 points on 4 for 4, and then 2 for 3 from the free throw line.
Has not missed a shot right there. MVP candidate.
For the Pacers, Miles Turner with 8 points, and Halliburton with 3 assists early. The Cavaliers are up 40-31 over the Bucks. It has been Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland being nearly unstoppable, as we predicted. And Drew Holiday is, in fact, back in the starting lineup, at 0 for 5 from the field. Yikes. Anyways, this game is back, and oh boy, this is a little bit embarrassing for the Pelicans. And they looked at Tyus Jones' mid-range shot, and they confirmed it was a 3, so now a 57-32 deficit.
Yeah, Tyus Jones has made 3 straight field goals.
Dyson Daniels checks into the game for the Pelicans, the 6'8" rookie point guard. He's a crafty playmaker. I'm excited to see what he can do. Herb Jones drives in. Valanciunas pulling up from mid-range.
Finally hits a shot.
That's a nice little shot that should almost be automatic for someone like Jonas Valanciunas. And Tyus Jones dribbling around, guarded by Devontae Graham. Graham's not known to be a plus defender. Herb Jones on the hot Dillon Brooks. What's not hot about Dillon Brooks is that haircut. Oh my goodness, it is not good. As Valanciunas is getting embarrassed by Steven Adams around the rim tonight. Little hook shot.
Steven Adams hitting 3 straight baskets in a row.
Graham kicks over to Valanciunas. Working in the post, finds Herbert Jones inside, and that's going to be it should have been an easy layup, but a foul on Jake LaRavia. If you're Herbert Jones, you got to go up strong with that. No pump fakes. You got to take that. Because if he puts that up and he makes it, that's an extra point right there.
Yeah, Steven Adams has been working on Jonas Valanciunas the entire night.
Valanciunas, again, not really known as a plus defender by any means, but he's getting dominated by a guy who averages 7 points. Aquaman.
And he looks like Aquaman, exactly.
Herb Jones misses the first free throw. As the Pelicans still remain in a big deficit, he'll hit the second one. 59-35. Oh, God. Jones dribbling around. Kicks to Laravia, back to Brooks. Brooks to Clark. Kicks over. Tyus Jones fires away. No good.
Barely
Herbert
missed
Jones is going to control the ball. Devontae Graham to grab it for the Pelicans. Graham kicks over Valanciunas to Dyson Daniels. Dyson Daniels kicks out to Valanciunas, back out to Graham. Graham moving around. Three-pointer. No. Herbert Jones on the rebound. I will give it to Herbert Jones. He plays with a lot of hustle. It's Graham. Fakes the pass to Zion out to Jones. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. 4, 3, 2. Graham gets the three-pointer off. No, not even close. Laravia to take it. Kick to Brooks. You know Brooks wants to shoot the rock. You know, pass to Adams. Adams to Laravia.
I saw him thinking
Clark
about that
with
mid-range.
the easy mismatch. Smacked
What
away
a-
by Graham. What a play. Jones tries to bring it all the way, but misses the dunk. Oh,
that
would've
was
been a
way
nice
too
play.
close.
Too powerful.
Basically extended close to the free throw line right there.
Yeah, that would have been like the Jordan free throw line dunk right there.
Exactly. Actually, he took an extra step, but still, it looked pretty.
Laravia hustled back. Jones to bring the ball up. And the Grizzlies have gone with their reserves since they took the starters out, and it's working. I mean, scoreboard speaks. Kick over to the corner. David Roddy finds Adams. He's looking to work on Valanciunas again. Kicks out Tyus Jones. Short. Brandon Ingram back into the game for the Pelicans. If they're going to start a comeback, it's going to be this guy at the face of it. I guarantee it.
He still hasn't hit a shot yet, except for his couple free
He
throws.
hasn't
So
hit a shot from the field.
That's-
Layup.
oh.
No good.
0 for 5.
Ingram not looking great so far tonight, but there's still time to turn that around. Laravia working inside, gets the layup, no good. And stripped away from Adams. Herb Jones gets on the ground for it. Herbert Jones. You know, his shooting is not there, but my goodness, the guy is in on. Whenever there's a loose ball, he's always near it. That time rips it away from Adams to get the jump ball. Got hit in the face in the process, it looks like. Morant checks back into the game, so that's just another problem that the Pelicans are going to have to worry about. Tyus Jones came in and shot really well off the bench, though. He looked really good.
We have a jump ball here.
Herb Jones versus Steven Adams. Adams is going to tip it to Conchar, fires the three, and I guess that's not allowed. Pelicans ball. Conchar missed the three anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. 59-35. The Grizzlies are dominating the Pelicans right now.
Are you not allowed to hit the ball?
I guess not.
I guess in front of you?
Guess not. You would think for someone who's been doing tip-offs for 10 years that Steve Adams would know that, but no, I guess not. Kick over. Herbert Jones is wide open.
Oh, he lets him shoot it. For a good reason, too.
The disrespect. The Pelicans have gotten to the free throw line 15 times, but that hasn't equated to winning. Morant attacks, puts his body into Valanciunas, can't get it to go. Alvarado saves it. What a play by Jose Alvarado. And Dyson Daniels is going to get it, working on Laravia. He does not look confident in his shot at all. He's not looking for a shot. Herb Jones looking to dribble around. Finds Ingram, working on Conchar. The double team. Ingram's going to go up with it.
There we go.
And that's his first field goal of the night. 59-37. Ingram, what did I say? Tough mid-range shot.
1 for 5 right now.
Double teamed, and he gets it to go. And
Yeah, almost fading out of bounds with that.
And Alvarado or Daniels got a hand on it, but Laravia is able to control it. Dribbling around the top. He's got the versatile defender.
What a pass.
And a good pass inside to pass out Roddy looking for a shot. No good.
That is a horrible shot right there.
Daniels pushing it in transition, takes it all the way. Oh, he
hands it right to Morant.
And
they're calling a foul.
Wow. Daniels goes flying into the basket padding, and it looks like they're going to get Morant for a foul here.
He straight up hands him the ball. Yeah.
Oh, that should have been a foul on Conchar, not Morant. Conchar reached around and grabbed
Who
the
did they call that on?
And Daniels is at the free throw line.
They did call the foul on Conchar.
Okay,
Good.
that's what it should have been. Daniels, the 8th overall pick in this draft. First shot is good at the free throw line. And it looks like the Grizzlies are going to take a timeout. Well, the Pelicans are starting to turn a corner, but they're going to need to do it a little quicker because they're still more than 20 points behind right now. 59-38. Oh boy. And we're going to continue to give you score updates from around the league, so get you a few games while the commercials run. We'll start with the Hawks and Rockets. The Hawks up 51-49. DeJounte Murray, boy, he is really looks good in Atlanta. 18 points, missing 2 shots. Trae Young with 12 points and 3 assists. AJ Griffin with 3 3-pointers off the bench. Boy, he looks good too. Jabari Smith with 8 points for the Rockets, and Kenyon Martin with 10. Kings and Celtics. We said this game was going to be a close one. It is. 53-49. De'Aaron Fox with 10 points right now for the Kings. 9 for Malik Monk off the bench. He's looked like a new player. I know people have been calling him a draft bust for his time in Charlotte, but last year he looked really good for the Lakers. He looks pretty good again for the Kings this year. For the Celtics, Jaylen Brown with 15. Boy, he is a very, very good player.
Having a great game. He's hit 5 straight so far.
Jaylen Brown. Impressive. The Lakers are up in pretty dominating fashion over the Spurs, as it's Lonnie Walker with 13 points for the Lakers. And for the Spurs, Devin Vassell with 7. The Wizards are up by 2 against the Miami Heat. And the stats not updated in that game. Can you check those?
Which game is that?
Wizards versus Heat.
Yeah.
Bleacher Report's got to fire whoever was supposed to be covering this game. The stats not showing up. Kuz with 15 points. Kyle Kuzma's been phenomenal in Washington. And Bam Adebayo with 20. Bam Adebayo is a really good player. And give me a quick highlight showing of Donovan Mitchell getting it in transition. 47-31, the Cavs pouring it on against the Bucks. Yes, and what? Stenish. What do you think about those city jerseys this year? I think the city jerseys are terrible this year.
Yeah, I mean, I
like 2
personally really like the Trailblazers one, and that's about it.
I think that the Wizards pink ones are pretty good too.
Yeah, they only have a couple good ones
this year. The worst one, hands down, Warriors. I really like the idea, but my God, that it was executed terribly. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, look up the Warriors city jerseys, and you will be disgusted. Big rose on it. Ugh, it's bad. Daniels connects on the second free throw to make it a 20-point game.
Just a dominating performance all around. Dylan Brooks, 4 3-pointers.
Yeah, he's been on his A game. He's up to 16 points. Conchar kicks over to LaRavia, kicks back to Conchar. Kicks over to LaRavia again. Now Steven Adams gets it against Valanciunas. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. And travel called on Steven Adams. Adams is a player who's known for not making many mistakes and being very disciplined, but looks like he travels there. Ingram to bring the ball up now. I'm telling you, if Brandon Ingram can get going, the second half could look very different to this ball game. Ingram working on Conchar. Alvarado's going to try the 3-pointer.
Oh, my.
Off by a mile. Another offensive rebound for Herb Jones as Ingram pulls up mid-range. It's good.
He's got that contested mid-range.
Brandon Ingram, that is his signature shot, that contested mid-range pull-up, and boy, he makes it look easy.
2 for 6.
59-41. If Brandon Ingram gets going, this is going to be a different game in the second half. Morant puts the ball on the ground, but it looks like going to be a foul on Valanciunas. He knows it too. Pelicans on a 7-0 run. They're going to need a little bit more than that. Zion checking into the game for Valanciunas. If the Pelicans could get within 10 points before halftime, this game is back in question for sure.
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm relying on Brandon Ingram to put in some work, but for sure.
And Zion Williamson's going to need to get more involved. He hasn't taken many shots here tonight. Morant's step-back mid-range shot is no good. And LaRavia is able to keep it in. Wow, what a hustle play by Jake LaRavia. David Roddy working. Kicks over. LaRavia wide open for three. Oh, badly misses. Zion running the ball up the court. Zion's going to drive in.
Good move.
Easy layup. Zion just powers his way through the Grizzlies defense. 9-0 Pelicans run. Now we're starting to see the Pelicans come to life a little bit. Morant drives in. They're going to get Zion on a foul there. Yeah, his arm fully extended across Morant there. No question that that's a foul. LaRavia checks out for the Grizzlies. How cool would it to be a water boy for a professional sports team? That would be such an awesome job. Get paid a lot to watch free basketball or football or whatever sport you do. That's awesome. Dylan Brooks working on Alvarado. Shot is no good, and it's out on Zion. Zion can't control the rebound clean. And it's going to be a quick inbound play to get Conchar a three. No good. We're starting to see the Grizzlies miss a little bit. Ingram, a little dazed on his dribble. Zion's got Morant on him. Let's see if Daniels realizes it. They're going to get the switch on to David Roddy. Steven Adams comes over to double team. Kicks over to the corner. Alvarado. Three-pointer. Yes, he can shoot, guys. Morant drives in. No good. Foul called. Looks like it's on Daniels, maybe. But the Pelicans are back in this game. It's a 13-point game now. So good. Thank you, Dante. We try and put energy and effort into this. I would for sure do this with Owen more often if he lived closer. We should get another one over Christmas break though when you guys come up, right?
That's true, yeah.
Morant makes his first free throw. Memphis reaches 60 points. Only 14 points scored for Memphis in the second quarter as they put 44 points in the first quarter. We knew that the shooting wasn't going to continue, but
they got off to that hot start and then just kind of kept that going.
Yep. Morant, no good.
Bounces in and out.
Zion to bring the ball up. He's got Brooks on him. He's looking to get to the rim for sure. One-on-one. Adams comes over to double team. He's going to rely on Zion making a few passes, and it's over Herb Jones's head. Oh, that is a tough one.
I mean, if you looked one more time, he did have Jose Alvarado right next to him, but I mean, obviously trying to look for more an offensive-minded player.
Yep. Kicks over Herb Jones just a little bit too high. Tyus Jones. Over to Steven Adams. Adams trying to get it back to Morant, but Daniel's staying in front of him. Morant's going to get it. Kicks over to Jones. Kicks over to Brooks. Brooks pull up. Oh, a little bit too much. He wants that one back. Kicked back out to Morant, however. Tyus Jones drives in. Kicks over. Wide open is Conchar.
Oh, my.
They gave him a contract to shoot that corner three and airball. Now Zion got it in transition. Working one-on-one with Dylan Brooks.
Good move.
Zion. Oh, misses the little turnaround finish. Memphis in transition. Morant, corner. Conchar, can he hit this one?
No.
Also off.
Oh, my.
And Brooks is going to fall on top of Herb Jones.
Looks like he tried to jump over him for that rebound.
And Ingram's trying to be Jose Alvarado. Oh,
nice
Adam.
Baby hook from Steven Adams.
Steven Adams has done that all night. 62-46 Grizzlies. The Pelicans are back in it after some trouble early, but they will for sure. They for sure looked better Ingram, 3-pointers up. No good, and they're going to call a legal screen, it looks like, or a travel. Yeah, legal screen against Herb Jones. Thank you to everyone out there viewing. I'm Andrew Jeanette, joined here by Owen Lehman. And Owen, we've seen a very dominating game of basketball by the Grizzlies.
Yeah, Grizzlies shooting 11 3-pointers in that first half of play compared to the New Orleans
And
Pelicans only
that's
3.
not a good look at all for the Pelicans. Ingram heads to the sideline looking to favor one leg. We would hope he's okay. It'll be the second week that a star player has gone down on our cast, as Tyrese Maxey went down last week after having a 24-point first half. David Roddy's checking back into the game.
Yeah, Tyus Jones and Dylan Brooks leading that 3-point scoring.
Roddy gets it into Morant. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Morant pulls it from way. Oh my goodness! John Morant.
Diddly
D. John Morant.
That's a heat check right there.
Yeah, Morant with the heat check shot. Wow, that is impressive. Morant not even known to be a shooter. Zion drives in. Graham moving around. Kicks over. Zion. He's pretty much unstoppable.
That's a tough shot.
65-48. Grizzlies lead.
Morant's going to slow this game down.
He's going to want the last shot before half.
About 15 seconds left in the half.
It's going to be Daniels guarding Morant. About 10 seconds left now. Morant moving around. He's got Zion matched onto him. Now the double team comes. Morant kicks out. Conchar pulls it again. This time he connects.
We go.
And it looks like this one's just going to go to the half. 20-point lead for the Grizzlies. It's then utterly dominating for Memphis. So your stats, Zion Williamson and Trey Murphy lead the scoring for the Pelicans, and the Grizzlies have 3 players over 12 points.
21% from 3 for the Pelicans compared to the 52% from the Grizzlies.
We're going to give you a quick score update from around the league, and then we're going to take a little halftime break ourselves, but we will definitely be back for the start of the third quarter. So, Owen, you want to start?
Sure. The Bulls and the Thunder are tied both with 59 at halftime. Zach LaVine leading the scoring for the Bulls, and obviously SGA leading the scoring for the Thunder. Just a dominating performance from him. 6 for 9.
The Knicks are up by 2 against the Trailblazers. For the Trailblazers, Jeremy Grant's making it rain with 28 points, and then Jalen Brunson with 19 for the Knicks. Jalen Brunson, he's a good basketball player for sure. Jeremy Grant's having a great game, though. Owen, what you got?
Celtics are up by 2 at halftime against the Kings, 64-62. De'Aaron Fox leading the scoring. 2 3-pointers made for him in the half. And for Boston, let's see, it is Derek White leading the scoring and Jason Tatum as well. But just an all-around performance from Derek White, Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum.
Derek White was a very underrated member of that Celtics finals run.
Yeah,
Cavaliers are up by 10. Donovan Mitchell leads the surge with 19 points. Giannis with 22, boy. Is there anyone better in the league than Giannis? That dude is a freak. What you got from San Antonio?
So the Lakers are up by 18, 59-41. Westbrook, 1 for 5, kind of keeping that same little thing happening. Lonnie Walker leading the scoring for the Lakers. And for the Spurs, kind of all-around solid game from everyone. Not one particular person leading the game for them.
Hawks are up by 3 against the Rockets. If Houston were to pull that off, boy, what an upset that would be. For the Hawks, Trae Young with 24 points on 8 for 15 shooting, and DeJounte Murray with 23. For the Rockets, Jalen Green with 17 points, and Kenyon Martin with 15. Or is that KJ Martin? Apologies. All right. What you got? We just covered that. All right. Nets and Pacers. The Brooklyn Nets up 65-57 at halftime. Kyrie Irving looking good in his return from his suspension with 14 points. And then the Pacers, Miles Turner with 15 points. And for Indiana, Buddy Hield also with 10 points, making 2 3-pointers. And what you got?
Did we talk about the 76ers yet?
No.
They're up by 8, closing the fourth quarter against the Magic. Shake Milton, Tobias Harris are leading the scoring for the 76ers. All-around solid game from everyone there. Four 3-pointers from Shake Milton.
Shake Milton has looked really good when he's a primary scoring option.
And for the Magic, Franz Wagner and Bol shooting 8 for 13. And Franz Wagner shooting a good 60% from the field.
Well, that is it from the Valid Highlights halftime report. We will catch you guys for the start of the third quarter. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in about 10-15 minutes. And we are back. Pelicans, Grizzlies. Pelicans are looking to expand, or not expand, get back in this game as Zion misses a layup. Is not going to do them any favors. Dylan Brooks has been the star of the first half in a combined team effort from three. John Conchar is going to take this three and connect. Oh, boy. This is not looking good for the Pelicans. This is a rough one. 71-48, utter Grizzlies dominance as that pass almost sails out of bounds. Herb Jones able to save it. Valanciunas gets a little mid-range jump shot. That's not going to fall. Oh, my God. Wow, this game. Morant's going to control it.
Yeah, we'll see how they attack for this next half.
Morant's no good on the pull-up J.
If they go out
Alvarado's
crazy.
attacking. Loses his dribble. Kick out Zion. Thought about it. He's got the mismatch on Conchar. Corner. Herb Jones. It's good
He
from
got
the
that.
corner.
Still down by 20, but we'll see how the Grizzlies decide to close this out. Because unless the Pelicans can go on some sort of insane run,
Which is definitely possible with the fireworks they have. But Brandon Ingram might not. He looks like he's gone for the game.
yeah.
Which is a huge loss because he's a firecracker. He can just get hot at any moment on offense.
I mean, unfortunately, not this game, but I mean, in general.
Alvarado misses a layup.
I mean, if they're going to be having to rely on Zion, to score their points for them, and Herb Jones, then I don't know.
Just seems like Memphis has a more balanced scoring attack at the moment. Valanciunas looks like he's a little confused. The foul got called on him for grabbing at Morant. Adams. Behind Brooks. Oh, pump fakes. He was open, but he pump fakes, drives in. Turnaround shot over Valanciunas is good. Jonas Valanciunas has been a literal liability on defense.
It's an entire, yeah.
Zion drives in and misses the layup. He thinks he got fouled. Just a lot of missed opportunities as Brooks is going to drive in and get his layup to fall. 75-51. Oh boy, this is an absolute obliteration.
What was the team the Grizzlies blew out last season? That
Thunder.
That was
Historic. 70-point victory.
70 points. That was insane.
I know you can't chat, Dylan, but I know you're here. Thanks for tuning in. As the Pelicans just can't seem to get anything going right now.
Yeah, we still have some close games going on around the league.
Hopefully NBA TV gives us one of those games.
Yeah.
Switches us on to a fun game.
Hey, we could always switch unless,
I don't have any more channels. Here's what we got.
I mean, we could literally do a straight up play-by-play like that. At that point, we can't even see the TV. Steven Adams already has a double-double.
15 points. That's rare for him. He misses his second free throw. Zion controls it.
Shooting 7 for 10 from the field.
Zion moving around. He's got Dylan Brooks on him. Kicks over. Alvarado three-pointer. Off the mark. The shots are open. They're just not falling for the Pelicans. Zion guarding Brooks. Adams given generous amount of space. Jackson guarded by Trey Murphy. Drives in. And they call a foul on Trey Murphy. And we've already seen a ton of fouls called to start the second half.
How many fouls is that for Jaren Jackson? Look.
Well, Jaren Jackson was the one who got fouled on that play.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just curious.
But Jackson is at 3 fouls for the game, so they have to be cautious with him. Obviously, I don't know if it matters much, but he's someone you want in the game if.
Yeah.
Jackson hasn't been a huge scoring factor, hasn't been a huge defensive factor, hasn't been in the game much, but Memphis seems to be doing A-OK. As they're up 78-51. They're a three-pointer away from taking a 30-point lead. As C.J. McCollum's loss is huge for the Pelicans. As Zion drives in, kicks out to Trey Murphy. Murphy drives in, kicks out to Herb Jones. Jones, a three-pointer. Oh, my goodness. Air ball. And the Grizzlies are going to take possession. Morant.
You already know Jose Alvarado has the full court press that whole game.
He's known for just running up behind people and snagging the ball. Called Grand Theft Alvarado. Jackson drives in, fouled. Zion gets called for the foul. How many fouls is Zion at?
Zion's only at 2. Trey Murphy is at 3. Jonas Valanciunas is also at 3 as well.
Wow. Jaren Jackson going back to the line. Makes the first shot. 79-51 Grizzlies in an utter domination of New Orleans. And New Orleans is going to call a timeout and try and get some stuff right. Give you some scores from around the league. Quick score update from around the league. You want to go first, Don?
Sure. Kings and Celtics, still a very close game, only a 2-point lead from the Kings. 71-69 with De'Aaron Fox leading the charge. For Boston, leading scorers Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Derek White hasn't really made as much of an impact in the second half, but Jason Tatum obviously leading the scoring there.
In Madison Square Garden, the Trailblazers up 92-86. Anthony Simons has come on strong in the second half, having 26 points right now. Jeremy Grant still with 28. And Nurkic pouring in some nice buckets with 11. For the Knicks, it's Jalen Brunson with 19, Julius Randle with 16. Quickly pouring in a nice 11 off the bench. You go next?
Yeah. The Hawks are beating the Rockets by 10 points in the third quarter, 79-69. DeJounte Murray and Trae Young both have 26 points. Those are the leading scorers for the Hawks. And for the Rockets, Jalen Green and Kenyon Martin Jr. Also leading for the Rockets.
In OKC, the Thunder are beating up on the Bulls 71-66. Zach LaVine, 15, 3-3. And then DeRozan with 10. Vucevic with 13. For the Thunder, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 17 points. Darius Bazley with 11 off the bench. He has his moments where he looks like he could be a star in this league. He's just not consistent. You got next?
The Cavs are beating the Bucks by 6 points at the start of the third quarter. Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland, the high leading scorers. It looks like they're only playing 8 men this game so far, but still dominating the Bucks with Giannis with 22 points and Drew Holiday not making an impact at all. 2 for 7 shooting.
And it looks like the Cavs guards are still going crazy too. So
kind of has a Russell Westbrook stat line.
Russell Westbrook. All right. The Lakers are up 77-63 on San Antonio. That's a better game than this one is. Lonnie Walker leading the way with 18 points against his former team, and then 16 points for Devin Vassell for the Spurs. Jackson's second free throw in the Memphis game is good. And 80-51. Oh, boy. Losing Brandon Ingram and C.J. McCollum is having an effect on the Pelicans. As Valanciunas finds Herb Jones wide open for a dunk. Easy points for Herbert Jones. As the 76ers have taken down the Magic 107-99. Final alert. Shake Milton with 24. Tobias Harris with 23. Brooks attacks. Put back by Jaren Jackson. And no, it's coming back. Looks like he grabbed the ball too high. He grabbed it before it was even on the way down. After it hit the rim. That's not allowed. Pelicans ball. Alvarado gets it, drives in quick, and a legal screen called on Valanciunas. The Pelicans are just falling apart. Ja Morant is loving it.
23-7 run right now.
It's utter domination. You look up definition in the dictionary, and this game should come up.
That is 4 fouls on Jonas Valanciunas.
He's looked terrible out there tonight. What's his plus minus?
He is minus 20 right now.
Yeah, it's understandable.
2 points, 3 rebounds.
And horrendous defense.
He just hasn't shot the ball. He hasn't really done anything. He's got bodied by Steven Adams in the post. And more turnovers.
He just turns the ball over as we speak of his poor performance.
And that is his 4th turnover of the game.
Wow.
And at a center position, that's a pretty high number.
You can't be throwing the ball away like that for someone who's a traditional back to the basket big.
One more basket by the Grizzlies should make this game a 30-point lead.
And Morant's going to get an easy layup as there's no defense. 84-53 Grizzlies lead. Zion driving in. If I'm the Pelicans, I'm taking Zion out of this game as Murphy gets an open look. Can't get it. Zion
offensive rebound.
Alvarado kicks over to Zion. Zion working on Dylan Brooks. Finds Herb. Herb Jones.
Keeps it.
Wow, what a play by Herb Jones.
Oh, that was a push
and a
right
great
there.
pass to Valanciunas, who gets the finish. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter much, but it's the honest points that count.
Dylan Brooks with 22 points.
As he drives in, gets another one. Dylan Brooks is having a very, very strong game for Memphis.
Shooting
and
8
Herb
for
Jones
14.
is going to go up and under over Jackson. They're going to get him for the foul. That's his 4th, and he's most likely going to get taken out by Taylor Jenkins right now. Morant is so athletic and finishing. Just watching replays of him finish at the rim.
And like we talked about at the start of the game, Steven Adams leads the league with 4.8 rebounds averaging per game. Right now he has 4 offensive rebounds. Yes. Excuse me.
So he's right on pace with his average. Herbert Jones at the free throw line connects on his first. Herb Jones has had his fair amount of opportunities to shoot tonight, something he doesn't see often as he's strictly a defender most of the time, but with the absences of Ingram and McCollum, he's going to get those open looks, and he needs to connect on them. 12 points on 4 for 11 shooting. He's usually not shooting 11 shots a game, as he's going to convert on his second.
Steven Adams is having a great game. 15 points, 11 rebounds, shooting 7 for 10.
He's playing heavy minutes. As Valanciunas remains in the game. Morant driving in. Kick out. Brooks over to the corner.
Pass.
Wide open as David Roddy.
My.
Completely airballs off the foot of Valanciunas. Morant pulls the three-pointer off the back iron. Alvarado gets it, and he's running with it in transition. He's going to throw it up for Murphy, and
man.
it's, dropped by Murphy. That pass was perfect from Alvarado as Morant gets inside, and Valanciunas called again for the foul. That's his 5th. And Morant, slow to get up. He's limping by the backboard. That is not a foul.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were on
that.
Valanciunas strictly had his hands in the air, but he's coming out of the game for Larry Nance Jr., something that I think should have been done.
Well,
I don't even think Valanciunas should have come out here to start the second half.
Morant knew exactly what he was doing with that. He was trying to get that foul called. Unfortunately, it looks like he might have hurt his wrist in the process, but it looks like that was a quick fix to his injury right there. Because
he's got 19 points on the night.
He's all smiles now. So
Ja Morant, known to be he's one of the more expressive players in the NBA. Definitely extroverted. Fan favorite by many. I own a Ja Morant jersey myself. That's actually a great story. When we were on the Jersey boardwalk, played a game, you get to bet $5 on a little square, and if the wheel lands on what you bet on, then you win a jersey, and I won. Put $5 down on, and I should have put 10 so I could get 2 jerseys. But I put 5 down and got the Ja Morant Vancouver Grizzlies jersey, which was cool.
Yeah.
87-57, Grizzlies absolutely dominating the Pelicans right now, though, as Morant's going to inbound the ball
We shouldn't expect to see
to a
Jonas
wide open
Valanciunas.
Brandon Clark.
Oh, man.
Man.
I don't think we should expect to see Jonas Valanciunas maybe until late fourth quarter, like unless it is a blowout. But
Yeah, this
unless
game
it
is embarrassing, as Clark is going to get a wide open dunk, and it's 89-57. Grizzlies with a commanding lead. Man, when I commentate games on here, I'm expecting a good game.
The Grizzlies right now against the Pelicans are 18-6 in the last 5 minutes, an 18-6 run, I should say.
Surprised it's only 18-6. It feels like it's been a lot more.
14 3-pointers from the Grizzlies. They're shooting 14 for 30 from the 3-point land and 4 for 17 from the Pelicans. Obviously, they stopped their 3-point shots because
we're going to thank everyone out there viewing as we're up to 4 now. Wow. We've been at like 1 or 2 the entire game. Now there's some more people in here. That's nice. For those of you who have just joined, the Grizzlies are absolutely dominating the Pelicans right now. It's embarrassing if you're a Pelicans fan, but if you're a Grizzlies fan, you're happy right now. Grizzlies are up 89-57, so it's pretty convincing. It's been Dylan Brooks, the leading scorer for Memphis. Something to note for the Pelicans, they're 2 of their top 3 scorers. CJ McCollum was out before the game in health and safety protocols, and Brandon Ingram left the game mid-second quarter with an injury, just as he was starting to hit some more shots. So obviously that really sucks to see. It's unfortunate, but no one else has really been able to step up. Zion's looked terrible. I mean, he's struggling. He's not hitting layups or anything. Like, Grizzlies yeah, you guys are definitely getting things done right now against New Orleans.
the Pelicans are shooting 38% compared to the Grizzlies' 52%. Just an all-around dominating performance.
Yeah, this has been a game.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the Grizzlies start playing the reserves at the start of the fourth.
No problem, Dante. Take care of yourself, man. Always one of the best supporters. We'll see you next time for sure. Hopefully. And Alvarado's going to inbound to Herb Jones for the Pelicans. Jones is going to take the ball up. Guarded by David Roddy. He's it to Trey Murphy working on the post on Conchar. Out to Alvarado off the bobbled pass by Herb Jones. Alvarado drives in, blocked by Brandon Clark. Clark gets it to Roddy. Roddy ahead, stolen by Murphy at a wide open Morant. And Alvarado gets a wide open layup. Nice little play by the Pelicans, as now they're only down by 30.
Jose Alvarado, 7 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. I'm surprised he has 4. Is
that Marcus
rebounds.
Smart stat line?
Exactly.
Brooks on the step back, chose not to pull it. Pass to Clark, to Conchar, back to Clark, working on Trey Murphy. And Clark is going to get good position, and Murphy's called for a foul.
That was for sure a foul. I don't know why he's complaining about that.
Is that the 4th on Murphy tonight?
Let's see. That is... Yes, it is the 4th foul. So a couple players in foul trouble right there. Some key pieces to the Pelicans tonight. Jonas Valanciunas with 5 fouls. I wouldn't expect to see him for a little bit.
I think Pelicans fans are quite pleased with that.
I think it's time to turn the TV off if you're a Pelicans fan.
I would have had it off at halftime. Clark on free throw number 2 connects. 91-59, Memphis. Kick over to Nance. Gets over to Zion.
Zion's doubled.
Graham over to Murphy. Over to the corner. Najee Marshall.
What a
Stolen by Clark, but they're going to get a foul.
Oh, man.
Foul on Clark.
Here's an interesting stat. The Grizzlies have 10 offensive rebounds compared to the Pelicans 5, and they have scored on all 10 of their offensive rebounds.
That would explain a lot. How many of those offensive rebounds were Herb Jones?
Let's see.
Because it felt like he's everywhere. Zion pull-up jumper, no good. Morant to bring the ball up.
Yeah, Herb Jones has 2 offensive rebounds tonight.
Feels like he's been by the ball.
Zion has 1, Nance has 1, and Trey Murphy has 1.
Nance is the one tasked with guarding Morant. Morant tries to dunk on Murphy, but the foul was already called on Nance. Oh, man. The amount of fouls. Grizzlies are in the bonus, as they probably have been for a while. Pelicans just can't get out of their own way tonight. They're just going to regroup and head into the next game. Morant cashes in on free throw number 1.
Still have some pretty close games around the league.
Dyson Daniels checking in for Trey Murphy. We got a little close game alert that the Knicks are up by 1 in the Square Garden against the Trailblazers. With 5 minutes left, we will be closely monitoring the close games and the finishes. Najee Marshall kicks to the corner. Devontae Graham, three-pointer is good. And now the Pelicans only down by 31.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I don't know if they're going to be able to come back from this.
Really?
Stranger things have happened, though.
That's true. Brooks pulls another 3. No good. And another foul call.
Oh, my.
That one on Zion Williamson.
He's going to take 3 shots at the foul line right there?
Yeah. This is just a careless play by Zion.
Oh, okay.
That is just an absolutely careless play, and it just kind of signals he's done. Nance grabbing at his right shoulder. They're going to review this, and this is definitely going to stand, I would think. His hand was all up in his grill.
I mean, he had shot the ball, and then Zion went for the contact there, which I don't completely get.
So it would still be a foul, just not a shooting foul.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like the contact affected the shot at all.
He definitely sold the foul, though. That was good.
I mean, it was for sure a foul.
Yeah.
Waiting the ruling.
Yeah. Hill and Brooks.
Oh, a flagrant foul on Zion Williamson. That's kind of an easy call to make, in my opinion. The shot, it wasn't a shooting foul, but it was just a careless play, and Brooks going to the free throw line.
Well, we know the refs are kind of soft these days, so any sort of contact is a foul now.
Yeah, just earlier this game, there was a questionable technical foul on Jaren Jackson Jr. Looked like he got off a piece of Murphy. Dylan Brooks, free throw number 1 is good.
Yeah, Zion's at 3 fouls now. He's shooting 5 for 10, 12 points. There's just been no offense this entire game from anybody. Herb Jones is the Pelicans' leading scorer with 13 points, shooting 4 for 11.
Pretty inefficient shooting.
Yeah. And Dylan Brooks leading the charge for the Grizzlies. Only 3 points ahead of his teammate, Ja Morant. Ja is shooting 8 for 16.
Roddy to inbound for the Grizzlies after Brooks makes his 2 free throws. Ja Morant kicks over to Conchar, to David Roddy. Back to Morant. Morant's going to get a drive. Lob to Clark. Pelicans have tried that one a few times tonight, and it hasn't worked. But
Clark, they are almost down by 40 points.
This is a literal beatdown. Najee Marshall dribbling the ball around at the top. Kicks over to Dyson Daniels, who tries to get it to Zion in the post. Active hands by Brooks, making an uneasy pass. As Nance is going to get it, tries to feed it inside to Williamson. Foul called on Brooks. Dylan Brooks might have the worst haircut in the league right now. What is that?
I mean, he may have the worst haircut in the league, but he's having a dominating game.
He for sure looks comfortable with it, so whatever works for you, I guess. Yes.
Yeah, they're going to sub Dylan Brooks out now.
Yeah, Dylan, it is sad. It's last week's game was pretty good between the 76ers and Bucks. This one's Najee Marshall from downtown is good for the Pelicans. 98-65. And Morant's going to pick the ball up. Daniels the defender. Morant trying to move around. Got Devontae Graham on him. Morant. He's dribbling at the top. He's going to drive in.
Morant.
That's going to be a travel for sure, or a double dribble or something. It's going down. Pelicans. Ball. That's a turnover on Morant. Interestingly enough, the Pelicans have only turned the ball over twice more than the Grizzlies, so they're getting shots, and they're just not connecting, and they're fouling a lot, which is also part of it. Najee Marshall steps into another three, and that one's good. Maybe Najee Marshall's the spark they need off the bench. As now they're just only down by 30 again. 98-68 Grizzlies. Tyus Jones moving around. Gets it to Morant, who's guarded by Daniels. Graham tries to contest Clark's catch. No good.
Yeah, there's no stopping them right now. Clark's shooting 80%.
Devontae Graham, the floater, no good. Foul was called. 100-68. So a 32-point deficit. Oh, God.
John Morant has 22 points, 9 assists, 1 away from a double-double. Shooting 8 for 16.
How many rebounds did he get?
He is at 4 rebounds.
Okay. Triple-double. Devontae Graham at the free throw line. He's an accurate shooter. Something the Pelicans seem to have a lot of that just haven't worked tonight. Graham connects on his first free throw. 100-69. Now Graham shooting his second free throw. And in and out. Laravia on the rebound. Now Morant is going to control it for Memphis. Tyus Jones over to John Morant. Over to the corner. Wide open. David Roddy connects for the Grizzlies. 103-69. Najee Marshall trying to get back to his spot. Daniels kicks over to Graham. Over to Zion. Zion drives in, thinks he was fouled, no good, and he can't control his own board. How many times have we seen Zion drop his own rebound?
That is his 4th straight missed field goal in a row.
He's just not giving himself good looks.
He's at a minus 35 right now.
As Daniels gets the wild pass inbounds. Wide open for a dunk is Larry Nance. 103-71. About a minute left here in the third quarter. Doesn't this game feel like it's already almost nearing the end of the fourth quarter?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we see the reserves in at the start of the fourth.
Yep.
Maybe it's a little bit too much, but
it would be nice to see some coverage.
Man,
Jason Daniels just threw the ball out of bounds.
Just an honestly frustrating game for the Pelicans. They just can't get anything going.
I agree. Hopefully we can get some bonus coverage of the Knicks versus Trailblazers game. I would hope, because that game is down to the wire right now. Yeah,
there's about 3 minutes left in the game. It is tied. Jeremy Grant with 37 points, shooting 9 for 16, and Anthony Simons with 30.
Yeah, they are both looking really good.
And for the Knicks, it's kind of been a shared.
As John Morant gets fouled.
It's kind of been a shared thing here. Jalen Brunson with 22 and Emmanuel Quickly with 18.
Morant fouled by Najee Marshall. That'll be his first, I believe. About 30 seconds left here. Najee Marshall's getting held back by Brandon Clark. Looks like he's talking a little bit to Morant.
I wouldn't take that.
If you were Morant?
Yeah.
Well, I think the scoreboard speaks for itself. Yeah, he's talking crap at the free throw line when his team is down by more than 30. It just shows no class. Or they're not down by more than 30. Wait.
Yeah. They're down
They
by
are.
32.
Yeah, sorry, my fault.
But are they giving that a tech?
Yeah, they are going to give Morant a tech, it looks like. So Graham's going to shoot for the Pelicans. First shot is good.
Oh, well, John Morant has his double-double with 22 points and 10 assists.
There you go. %50 shooting from Morant. As the Grizzlies are dominating for anyone new joining. 103-72, and we've kind of run out of things to talk about, so we're going to keep giving you some updates from the Knicks versus Portland game.
All right, it's tied with 2 minutes left, 110-110. 7 straight points from Jeremy Grant for the Trailblazers. 38 on the night for him.
Wow.
Just
He's a good player. He's good. That boy good.
doesn't look like he's passing too much. 0 rebounds and only 2 assists. But, I mean, he's getting the job done, obviously.
Morant's first free throw is off the mark.
Yusuf Nurkic is slowly closing in with a triple-double. 13 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists.
That's a playmaking side nobody sees when they think about Yusuf Nurkic. As Morant connects on his second free throw.
Anthony Simons shooting a solid 50% from the field. 2 for 10 from 3.
As Daniels is going to take it in and kick to Zion. Easy layup. As now they're down by 30. What are the officials talking about now?
Anthony Simons has played 40 minutes that game.
As Roddy's going to leave it for Morant.
And
No
Ben
shot
Simmons with 20 points, shooting 100% from the field.
He's silencing the haters.
8 for 8, all from three-pointers. I'm just kidding.
John Morant, with about 7 seconds left, attacks, lobs it up for Roddy. And that's pretty much how this game has gone. Devontae Graham behind the back.
3 seconds.
Najee Marshall's going to pull it at the buzzer.
Oh, he hits it!
He hits it from downtown. And he's talking to Morant.
Talking. Talk your talk. You're down by 30.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter, but
He banked that, too. That was close to the corner of the half court.
It was an impressive shot. Only if it meant something.
Yeah, we have a lot of games that are close. The Pacers and the Nets are tied both at 96.
106-77 Pelicans, as we're going to give you score updates from around the league.
The Lakers are beating the Spurs right now by 12 points, led by Anthony Davis stepped up, 19 points, 12 rebounds. For the Spurs, you have Vassell and Keldon Johnson. Vassell with 18 and Keldon Johnson with 13, as well as Jakob Podol.
And Jeremy Grant has hit the 40 bomb as he makes a 2-point driving layup.
He is him.
To give the Trailblazers a little bit more of a lead.
And with the Suns and the Pistons are leading the Suns by 3. Closing the second quarter, DeAndre Ayton and Cameron Payne leading the scoring for the Suns, and for the Pistons, Bogdanovich and Alec Burks.
Alec Burks, that's an interesting name. He campaigned the 10 for the Suns. For the Wizards and Heat, can we get an update there?
Sure. The Wizards are up by 5 with about 9 minutes left in the fourth. Kyle Kuzma with 24, 6, and 5.
Kyle Kuzma's a good basketball player, guys. I'm telling you.
And Bradley Beal with 22. And Tingus Pingus with 16.
Kristaps Porzingis. The
And
Celtics are up 101-86 over the Sacramento Kings as Jason Tatum has dropped 30 points on efficient shooting. Jaylen Brown with 19 and Derek White with 16. And then for the Kings, it's been all the Aaron Fox with 20, and then Davion Mitchell and Sabonis and Barnes all floating around the 12, 14-point mark.
The Hawks are leading the Rockets at the end of the third, 102-92. Trae Young with 35 points and 5 assists, and A.J. Griffin with 11. And DeJounte Murray with 32 as well. So big performances from them.
And the Bucks have come back to take a 92-73 lead over the Cleveland Cavaliers. Giannis with 33 points. And we're back in this game. Tyus Jones, kick inside, knocked away. As the reserves are now in the game. Dyson Daniels over Najee Marshall, three-pointer. Off the mark.
Gets his own rebound.
Gets his own miss. And stuffed by Jaren Jackson.
Are they calling that a foul?
No, I don't think so. Wow. Najee Marshall's been talking all game. And he just got stuffed by Jaren Jackson. There's no foul on that. My boy just got absolutely stuffed. Jackson Hayes is into the game, and he's going to try a three-pointer, and it's no good. Rebounded by Jackson, kicks over to Tyus Jones, who's going to bring the ball up. Pretty much garbage time, so we're going to be monitoring the rest of the league right now. And a three-pointer by Jake LaRavia is going to give Memphis an even bigger lead. Dyson Daniels moving around Hernan Gomez's screen. Kicks over Hernan Gomez. Misses the layup, but gets the foul. So he's going to be going to the line to shoot, too. Brooks called for the foul.
The Trailblazers have shot 40 free throws, only hitting 30 of them, but that is a ton of free throws. Up by 3 with 1 minute left in the fourth. Jeremy Grant with 40, Anfernee Simons with 30, and Josh Hart, 10 points, 17 rebounds.
17 rebounds.
He's played 38 minutes this game, shooting 50% from the field.
17 rebounds is impressive for a guard. Wow.
And they have him playing power forward. I don't know why.
I mean, that is kind of a small lineup, but
I mean, it's obviously working, but a very close game in Madison Square Garden.
Yep. As RJ Barrett misses his free throw, and the Knicks grab the board. And RJ Barrett makes the second one. So 114-112. As Daniels is going to kick out to Najee Marshall, who tries another three. It's no good. And Clark Hayes gets the steal. And that's Garrett Temple who tries a three. Also
Offensive rebound.
Offensive rebound from Marshall. Over to Hayes, who's over to Daniels. Daniels gets Jackson in the air, attacks, jelly layup, no good. 111-79. Just pouring it on. LaRavia three-pointers off the mark. RJ Barrett hit the jump shot, and now the game is tied in Madison Square Garden. Can we please get a cut to that game? And Simons misses a three. RJ Barrett grabs the rebound.
RJ Barrett with 9 rebounds in the game.
And a made shot by the Knicks. We're waiting to see who it was.
Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson gives the Knicks the lead with 13 seconds left.
Jalen Brunson with 26 points.
And Jackson working on Dyson Daniels. Oh, he's grabbed for the foul. This game is just choppy and full of fouls. Jalen Brunson with the layup to give the Knicks the lead.
That is a Trailblazers timeout. They're looking for one final shot.
Yeah, this game between Memphis and New Orleans is kind of in garbage time. Both teams just trying to pad their stats a little bit. Jackson misses his second free throw, 112-81. Najee Marshall kicks it into the post to Hernan Gomez. Backs down Jackson. Gets a little hook shot up, and it's no good. Jones. Jaren Jackson from way downtown connects on the three. It's been that kind of night. 115-81. Daniels kicks to the corner for Hayes. Hayes just throws it up and gets fouled. Headed to the line for two. We are monitoring this Knicks versus Trailblazers game very closely. Don't worry about it. And the Knicks foul the Trailblazers. We're waiting to see the official call. Tell me if you see anything before I do.
Sure. Free throws are coming for Amfrey Simons with 9 seconds left in the game.
Who fouled for the Knicks?
It's not time out for the Knicks. Jalen Brunson with 26, 5, and 4. RJ with 19, 9, and 5.
And Brooks is going to do a step back over Hayes and complete the air ball, trying to pad his stats. As Trey Murphy's back on the court. Daniels running the point. Going to get it to Hernan Gomez. He's going to get it on the end around to Temple. Trey Murphy. Murphy goes at Jackson, gets swatted. It's been that type of night. Jones to LaRavia. Stripped by Garrett Temple. And Temple driving in. No.
Boy.
And Trey Murphy's going to get the putback. 115-85. Man, this is a really embarrassing outing from the Pelicans, but what a great performance by the Memphis Grizzlies. Tyus Jones, no good on the layup. Hayes grabs the rebound. Hayes kicks it to Daniels. Daniels dishes it cleanly. It's going to be a nice little finish by the rim for Trey Murphy. Garrett Temple. 115-87, time for score updates around the league. They're replaying and trying to figure out if it was a foul against the Knicks, and they
Amfrey Simons has hit the first free throw, 116-115. Amfrey Simons with 31 points. My friend it is tied with 10 seconds left in the game. 116-116. And Jalen Brunson missed the two-pointer.
Wow.
And he missed another shot. And that's going to be the end of regulation. They're going to go into overtime. Josh Hart with 18 rebounds.
Wow. Overtime at the Square Garden. That's going to be a great game. We're going to keep eye on that. The Bulls and Thunder. The Thunder are up 194. It is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in charge with 19 points, but Darius Basley has contributed an efficient 17 off the bench. For the Bulls, it's Zach LaVine with 19 points, and he's getting solid production from the rest of his team.
The Pacers are ahead of the Nets right now by 4 points, 110-106. The leading scorers for Brooklyn are Kevin Durant with 26, 8, and 8, and Kyrie with 19, 4, and 4, and obviously Ben Simmons with 20 points. Hasn't scored so far.
The Hawks and Rockets are in a tight battle, 104-102. Trae Young with 37, DeJounte Murray with 32. For the Rockets, Jalen Green with a fairly efficient 21 points. KJ Martin with 19, and Jabari Smith with 16. Garrison Matthews also with 14. They're staying in that game.
Let's see. The Los Angeles Lakers are up by 12 against the Spurs, 99-87. Anthony Davis with 23 points and 15 rebounds, and Lonnie Walker with 18, and LeBron with 19, 7, and 5. And for the Spurs, they're sharing the rock for sure. No real stars that are popping out for this one, but all of their starters have at least 12 points.
Nice to know.
Well, my friend Matt is at the Knicks game right now, and he was like, "Oh, they won," and then he said, "Oh, never mind, they got fouled." So I can ask, yeah, I could literally ask him to FaceTime, and then we could actually get him like,
Kennedy Chandler into the game now for the Grizzlies. Temple, no. Gonna get fouled though. Oh my goodness. The amount of fouls we have seen in this game is absolutely, absolutely absurd. With a combined that 37 fouls from both teams.
"Oh my."
That is absolutely absurd. And free throws good.
So I guess that last shot that Jalen Brunson took at 1 second before the end of regulation, he was not contested on that floater. He was by himself for that shot and
Which is a shot he usually
just
a signature
completely
shot.
missed.
Daniels is going to lob it up top for Jackson Hayes, and that one's good. 115-90. It's not really going to make a dent too much, down by 25. As a timeout's called. And we're going to continue to give you score updates. Wizards and Heat, can we get an update on that game?
It is 98-96. The Wizards are up by 2 with 5 minutes left in the game. Kyle Kuzma with 28, 7, and 5, and Bradley Beal with 22, 4, and 5. For Miami, Bam Adebayo with 34 and 12 boards, so he's that double-double. Cody Martin with 17 points, and Tyler Hero with 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 10 assists.
It's halftime in Phoenix as the Pistons are up 54-53 over the Suns. Killian Hayes with 11, 6, and 5. Bojan Bogdanovic with 15 points. And then 10 points for Alec Burks. For the Suns, it is Devin Booker with 13 points leading the way.
And the game just started for the Warriors and the Jazz, but if you're curious, Andrew Wiggins has taken one shot, and it has been a three-pointer. Let's see. The Thunder are up by 1 point with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter against the Bulls.
That'll be another close game that we shall monitor.
Nikola Vucevic with 13 and 12, Zach LaVine with 24, 4, and 5, and DeMar DeRozan with 17, 2, and 6. And for OKC, SGA with 21, 6, and 7, Lou Dort with 12 and 5, and Josh Giddey with 6, 10, and 7.
In overtime, Anthony Simons hits a 3, Julius Randle responds with a 3, and then Nurkic gets a 2-point layup. 2-point layup. Yes, Andrew. Obviously, layups are worth 2 points. But Jericho Sims fouls, so it is an and one. Well, for those of you who are new, it hasn't been pretty for the Pelicans today, as they are currently down 115-90 with about 7 minutes left to play. John Morant, Dylan Brooks both have over 20 points. For the Grizzlies and for the Pelicans, Zion Williamson leads the way with 14. Nobody really standing out for either of these teams.
Yusuf Nurkic taking that last shot. That was an and one, so they're up by 3 with 3 minutes left in overtime. And just a kind of side note Stepping away from basketball for a second, the Giants and the Cowboys game on Thanksgiving, that was the most watched game in NFL history on Thanksgiving Day. It was more than the Super Bowl.
which is absolutely wild.
So, record-setting moment.
If you guys want football, let us know. I can do football. As Clark gets a putback layup.
That'd be fun. Julius Randle missed his two-pointer, so it's
the top
Blazers
G.
ball.
We got the same name. Do football. I can for sure do some football. I'll bring that to you on Sunday. I'll have to pick a game and do it, but that can for sure be done. Brooks at top G. We got the same name. Yeah, it's spelled different. 1 and 2. He's got the worst haircut in the league right now. So I don't know if you want to be putting yourself in the same name as him, but he is an NBA player and he is going off this game. So you get that too. This game is going a lot quicker than the last game I did. About 6 minutes left. Dyson Daniels with the ball. Over to the corner, Jackson Hayes. Three-pointer is up.
Man.
Good. Jaren Jackson on the rebound.
And Mitchell Robinson has missed one of his free throws so far. Blazers still up by 3 with 3 minutes left in the game. In overtime. He missed both of his free throws.
Wow. Tomorrow for football, should be able to. You should have Titans and Bengals coming your way. That's a game that I'll probably do. And Jaren Jackson gets an and one. 119 to 90 pending the free throw. Could be 120. Man. It seems like we're tired right now. We're just at a loss for energy. This is just, it's absolutely embarrassing. Jackson's free throw is good.
And Josh Hart has fouled out with 19 rebounds.
Dude almost had 20 rebounds as a guard.
Yusuf Nurkic hit a basket, 20 points, and Anthony Simons with 5 assists.
Jackson with another deep three-pointer. No good. Chandler gets the ball. Out to Jackson. Oh. Jackson gets in the lane again, and he thinks he was fouled, but he wasn't.
Blazers up by 5. With
Daniels throws the full court pass. Murphy throws it down. These are just kind of some garbage time plays. The Blazers are up by 5 with 2 minutes left in overtime.
Anthony Simons closing on a 40-point game. 35 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal. Shooting 12 for 24 from the field and 3 for 12 from 3.
As Jackson gets another basket. He's gotten the past 3 or 4 baskets for the Grizzlies. Padding his stats. And Chandler's going to foul, so Jackson can get out of the game.
And the Lakers have officially beat the Spurs 105-94. Let's see.
Much needed win for the Lakers as they've been struggling.
Anthony Davis with 25, 15, and 4. Lonnie Walker with 18. LeBron James with 21, 8, and 5. Russell Westbrook with 3, 4, 7, 2 steals, and a block. That is a full Russell Westbrook stat line. And the Spurs hit 6 3-pointers out of 33 attempts.
Kenneth Lofton Jr., the big rookie who took over the Summer League, into the game for the Grizzlies. Temple gets it to Jackson Hayes. Over to Daniels, working on Kennedy Chandler. Daniels is going to get it in, and it's knocked away by Lofton. No, it's not. Grizzlies ball. Less than 4 minutes and 30 seconds left as the Pelicans are now full court pressing. Pass is going to go into David Roddy. Roddy's going to dribble it out and try and waste some time. Kick over to Chandler, who gets it to Lofton. Lofton's game is strong in the post, but he's going to take a little jump shot. No good. Hayes coming downhill. Temple pulls the three-pointer. It's good. 124-96. Grizzlies still a very commanding lead that's not going to diminish with 4 minutes left.
The Spurs shot 100 shots during the game and only hit 38 of them. So that is a pure 38% shooting percentage.
Roddy to Lofton. Lofton gets the finish over Hernan Gomez.
Close game between the Bulls and the Thunder, 110-110 with 9 seconds left in the game.
Who's got possession?
That would be the Thunder have possession. DeMar DeRozan, he missed a 16-foot two-pointer.
Trey Murphy pulls the three-pointer off the mark. Hernan Gomez rebound. Over to Daniels, over to Hayes. Hayes three-pointer is on the way. It's no good. That is not his shot.
Who is that big boy?
Kenneth Lofton. Kicks over. That's a three-pointer. That's number 5. Who is that? And Daniels is going to take a three-pointer and connect. 101 points. So the Pelicans broke 100, but most of those points obviously coming in garbage time.
40 seconds left in the Blazers and Knicks game. Blazers are up by 6, 127-121.
And the Pelicans are going to work it around. There's about 2 minutes left in this game. Murphy gets fouled by Lofton. Or sorry, David Roddy. There's not too much more to say about this game. It's over, pretty much. 129-101 with 2 minutes left. The Grizzlies just came in with a game plan to shoot the lights out. And shoot, they did. And they did a very good job at it, too.
And we have a couple games that just ended. The Bucks beat the Cavaliers 117-102. Leading for the Cavs was Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland. And for Milwaukee, Giannis with 38. And that was about it.
Typical Giannis. Kennedy Chandler working at the top of the key against Trey Murphy. He's going to drive in and get a layup blocked by Murphy. And they're going to call foul on Lofton for an illegal screen.
And the Celtics beating the Kings 122-104. The Celtics really picked that up in the fourth quarter. Leading was Jaylen Brown with 25 and Jason Tatum with 30.
Daniels bringing the ball up, guarded by Kennedy Chandler. Hayes gets inside on Roddy. Too strong on the finish. Put back by Hernan Gomez. It's Lofton to bring the ball up. Lofton is a big boy. Oh, my goodness. He is not small. Very good in the post. As he demonstrated in the Summer League. As Chandler, he tries to throw it down. Looks like he jumped from about the free throw line. Chandler dribbles in. Reverse layup. No good. Daniels pushing it in transition. Pass to Murphy. Throws it down. 129-107, so obviously not enough time for a comeback. As Chandler moving around the top of the key.
7 seconds left between the Bulls and the Thunder, 110-110.
Roddy, corner shot, no good. Rebound by Dyson Daniels. So we got about 50 seconds left in this game, so about to wrap it up. Daniels moving around.
Good move.
Nice little spin move is going to get the layup for Dyson Daniels.
And they're going to run the clock out right here.
probably. As now they're only down by 20, but realistically, if the Grizzlies kept pouring it on, this would be a 40, 50 point outcome. 100%. As Roddy's going to get a nice dunk over Daniels, and that's going to be an and one. That's going to capitalize the Grizzlies' win. There's no more shot clock, so the Pelicans will most likely run it out. That was a nice dunk by David Roddy through the contact.
And I'm not going to jinx it, but the Blazers are up by 4 with 22 points, and they're up by 4 points with 22 seconds left in the game with a Jalen Brunson foul on Jeremy Grant. Just dominating performances. Like I said, Anthony Simons is 2 points away from 40 points. He's 38, 4, and 5, and Jeremy Grant with 41 and 2. And Yusuf Nurkic with 28 and 7.
The Pelicans, Dyson Daniels is going to get to the lane for a layup. 132-111 is going to be your final score. And wow, just an utterly dominating performance by the Memphis Grizzlies as they came in and they shot the ball really, really well against a Pelicans team that didn't look too great. Trey Murphy led the way for the Pelicans with 21 points on 7 for 14 shooting. Dylan Brooks, Ja Morant, and Jaren Jackson all hit 20 points for the Memphis Grizzlies. That's going to be just about it on this stream. Hope you guys all enjoyed it. It was definitely a great time. Glad to be here with Owen. Thanks for tuning in, Dylan. I know Dante was out there too. Jason was in here at some point. You guys all made this possible, and I'll for sure try and get you guys some more stuff Friday. But over Christmas break, Owen and I will have a stream coming out to you guys. So be ready for that. We're going to wrap it up. See you next time. Peace. Thanks for viewing.